Want to keep your next fix and flip from becoming a stale listing when you're ready to take it to market? Use this secret that most new home builders are using right now to offset the current high interest rate market. This strategy helps new construction builders sell lots of properties without having to do continuous price drops. The strategy they're using is the mortgage interest rate buy down. Let's go through a couple examples, look at the math, and see if this strategy is right for you on your next listing. All right, so let's start with the sample rate buy down. There's two options here, a 3-2-1 and a 2-1. 3-2-1 means for the first 3 years, the seller is going to contribute an amount to offset their payment and reduce their interest rate in year 1, year 2, and year 3. In year 1, it's going to be a 3% reduction. In year 2, it's going to be a 2% reduction. Year 3 will be a 1% reduction. And then the 2-1 is a 2-year strategy where it's a 2% reduction in year 1 and a 1% reduction in year 2. So let's take a look at the math. On a loan amount for $300,000, current interest rate environment, 6.75% interest, 30-year mortgage, your payment's going to be $1,945. So if you did that same payment and reduced your rate from 6.75 to 3.75, your payment would be $1,389. If you reduced it to 4.75 and 5.75, respectively, your new payment would be $1,564, $1,750. So if we take the difference between our fixed payment of $1,945, subtract out that reduced 3% rate, and then that reduced 2% rate, and then that reduced 1% rate for each year, and multiply the monthly difference by 12, you get an annual savings in the reduced payment amount. So year 1, we're going to have a new rate of 3.75%. Each month, that's a difference in payment of $556. Over the year, that equals $6,677. In year 2, that difference reduces a little because the rate now jumps to 4.75. You've got a $380 difference. And in year 3, that payment differential even reduces more because now you're only 1% difference, 5.75 from the 6.75 for a $195 difference per month. If you multiply that monthly difference by 12 months for each year and then total them up, that 3-2-1 is going to equate to a $13,588.51 cost that you, the seller, are going to contribute at closing. And what this enables it to do is now your borrower, the buyer of the property, is going to have a 3.75% interest rate in year 1, 4.75% interest rate in year 2, and a 5.75% interest rate in year 3, all because of your contribution at closing. So a 2-1 is just a smaller strategy. It's 2% in the first year, 1% in the second year. That savings is going to be $6,911. So this is going to help, when you've got everyone saying rates are too high, we'll offer a solution. I'll buy down that rate. I can buy down that rate 3%, 2%, 1%, or 2% and 1%, whatever may be in your budget and whatever satisfies that buyer of the property. So another option too is just the buy down over the life of the loan. This one's a little more straightforward. For each 25 basis point reduction in the interest rate, you, the seller, are going to pay 1% of the loan balance. So 1% of a $300,000 loan is $3,000 in cost, and that'll now make your new rate 6.5% versus the 6.75%. Let's go to the extreme here. You want to buy it down 2 whole points from 6.75 to 4.75. It's going to cost you, the seller, $24,000. Keep in mind there are some limits depending on the loan, FHA, VA, conventional, as to how much a seller can actually contribute. So you want to keep those in mind, check with your mortgage broker. But this is a strategy that makes your deal a little bit more enticing to those buyers that are interest rate conscious. Now, you also want to educate a lot of buyers and realtors when you're going to list your property is that, you're betting on a 2 or 3 year interest rate before the interest rates start to reduce. I know we've got Fed funds rates being predicted to drop, so we'll see where that 30-year rate goes. If you think it's going to be better in 2 or 3 years, this may be a great strategy for you. One also important thing to note is that the reduced interest rate does not help the borrower qualify for the loan. They're still going to be underwritten based on the original payment without that seller contribution. So that's important to keep in mind. But this is a good strategy. A lot of new home construction builders are using it. I know Lennar is offering a large seller contribution for closing costs and hybrid with the buy down of the interest rates. And that's helping them move properties while maintaining their price. So they're avoiding doing the continuous price drops that we're starting to see in the market. Properties are selling at 10% less than the listing price in the Central Florida metro. So this is a strategy to help from continuously chasing those those price drops. Something you can offer, it's one thing you can put in your listing description and just say, hey, with the right offer, we're willing to buy down the rates. It may have a market for that for your buyers. So keep that in mind. Hopefully this adds some value. Hopefully you understand what a rate buy down actually is and the mechanics behind it and what it could cost you. If you need help with figuring that out, reach out to us. We're here for you. Remember, our goal is to make you more profitable on your next fix and flip. Leave a comment below. Let us know if you've got any strategies that are working for you.